Intel CEO Pat Gelsinger is retiring. Yeah, I was not expecting that news now or actually ever, not ever, but at least not in the next couple of years, right? Because Pat came in back in 2021 when the damage was already done. He came in, he laid down the plan, something that was very, very ambitious. 5 nodes, 4 years, delivering on that, making sure that Intel Foundry will be competitive in the long run. And I think, yeah, it's taking a bit longer than expected on the foundry side of things, but they're making some steady steps toward being quite competitive compared to TSM. Now, this retirement that came out of nowhere, why? Why is that? Is Pat just too tired? Has he reached a point where, look, I've put Intel in the right direction, it's time for someone else to take my place? Or maybe there were some internal discussions, internal disagreements. Maybe internally they were thinking about splitting the business into two. He was not really pro that idea. And so maybe they decided it's maybe better to have a CEO that agrees with, well, boards of directors, other executives at Intel. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know. Now, this creates quite some uncertainties, right? Me as an Intel shareholder, I don't know what's going to happen right now. I don't know who's going to be the next CEO. I don't know what's going to happen with the business. So yeah, it's a tricky situation so far. I'm not touching my position with Intel, but right now, I mean, the market does seem to be quite positive on the news. It's up 3% or so, but that doesn't really mean much since the overall market is up as well. So yeah, interesting to see, because it comes at a time where it seems like the company is turning itself around. It might not be reflected in the stock just yet, but they've made so many changes, layoffs, restructuring, announcement of new products, and 2025 is going to be quite a big year for Intel, or at least that's the expectations. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe if you have some ideas, let me know down in the comment section below. But to me, Pat was the guy that came in back in 2021, well, came back to Intel in 2021 after all the damage has already been done. For those of you that don't know, no, Pat is not the reason why Intel has been behind AMD and Nvidia. Pat is the reason why Intel can actually be competitive with its newer products. All the damage has been done before. That's why AMD went from 2016, 2015 or so close to bankruptcy to now being, well, worth twice as much as Intel. And that's also why Intel has completely missed the boat on AI. Pat came in 2021, 5 nodes, 4 years, foundry, etc., etc. So yeah, I don't know. Lots of questions, but let's go over everything in this video. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not. And if you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment with the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. So the news really came out of nowhere. Suddenly, paf, I see this. Intel announces retirement of CEO Pat Gelsinger. So what will happen now is that, well, they've named 2 senior leaders, David Zinsser, which is the CFO, and MJ Holthaus as interim co-CEOs. Now, this is just temporary. They will be looking for one CEO to lead the company. Now, Zinsser, CFO of the company, and the other one, Holthaus, has been appointed to the newly created position of CEO of Intel Products, a group that encompasses the company's client computing group, data center and AI group, and network and edge group. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't understand why they need co-CEOs right now in the search of a new one, especially since Holthaus is now CFO of Intel Products. It just doesn't make much sense. When you have 2 CEOs, you have no CEO. That's basically my conclusion here. But okay, this is just transitory, so we'll see. Unlike inflation, by the way. The board has formed a search committee and will work diligently and expeditiously to find a permanent successor to Gelsinger. On behalf of the board, I want to thank Pat for his many years of service and dedication to Intel across a long career in technology leadership. Pat spent his formative years at Intel, then returned at a critical time for the company in 2021. As a leader, Pat helped launch and revitalize process manufacturing by investing in state-of-the-art semiconductor manufacturing while working tirelessly to drive innovation throughout the company. Yeri continues by saying, while we have made significant progress in regaining manufacturing competitiveness and building the capabilities to be a world-class foundry, we know that we have much more work to do at the company and are committed to restoring investors' confidence. I mean, you could restore investor confidence already right now by telling us what's going on, right? Why this sudden retirement? Maybe in the coming days we'll know a little bit more, but right now this is, to me, a shock as an investor, and probably many other Intel investors are like, I did not see this one coming, so yeah, I'll wait for some more information. Ultimately, returning to process leadership is central to product leadership and will remain focused on that mission while driving greater efficiency and improved profitability. We are working to create a leaner, simpler, and more agile Intel. Pat says here, leading Intel has been an honor of my lifetime. This group of people is among the best and the brightest in the business, and I'm honored to call each and every one a colleague. Today is of course bittersweet, as this company has been my life for the bulk of my working career. I can look back with pride at all that we have accomplished together. It has been a challenging year for all of us, as we have made tough but necessary decisions to position Intel for the current market dynamics. I'm forever grateful for the many colleagues around the world who I have worked with as part of the Intel family. So I guess he's part of the so-called layoffs? Now, before concluding all of it, I mean, Intel stock has been on a positive uptrend, right, since the lows here under $19 from an RSI's perspective, from a stock's perspective. We're sitting above the 20 and the 50-day moving average. This red candle here, this is basically a big gap from the July earnings report. So yeah, we are making our way slowly but surely towards that 200-day moving average, which sits closer to $28 now. I mean, the market clearly does not like uncertainties, and especially not when we're talking about a company like Intel. And what's also interesting is that this announcement happened after the CHIPS Act announcement, after they finally got that $7.8 billion. Did not happen before, happened after. Is there a link there? Can we put one and one together? I don't know, but yeah, it's very, very interesting to see these things happening. I don't know what's going to happen. Intel is still a very big company, despite market cap of $103, $102 billion compared to the others. Intel as a whole is of extreme importance to the overall semiconductor ecosystem. It's extremely important to the United States, to Europe as well. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. Is an acquisition going to happen for parts of their business? Is Qualcomm really going to make that bid? Remains to be seen. Is the foundry business going to be spun off? I don't know, but Intel will have to own the majority of the manufacturing side of things. That's probably part of the CHIPS Act. So I don't know. To be honest, right now I'm not selling, not really buying, especially not buying, but I'm not selling currently. But yeah, if I don't like the explanation, or I don't like, well, the next CEO or whatever is going to happen, then probably I'll sell and I'll buy another company, because, well, there are some other semiconductor companies that we've spoken about the last couple of days and weeks that are looking quite interesting, right? The ASMLs, Micron, Lam Research, Applied Material, even Qualcomm, for example. These stocks are trading at attractive prices. So yeah, maybe this is higher power sending me signals and saying, look, cut your small losses with Intel, move to something else. I don't know. We'll see. But do tell me what you think. What do you think? If you were an Intel shareholder, or if you are an Intel shareholder, what are you doing right now? Are you selling, buying, holding? Let me know down in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, do all of that, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.